This video is going to be a film study look at the Seahawks offense late fourth quarter and in overtime during their 23-20 win over the Patriots on the road. Going to focus on Geno Smith's play, not just the throws, the actual throws, the accuracy, the timing, but what he was doing pre-snap, recognizing the Patriots defense, trying to take advantage of their coverages with the best available options. I covered it in a video that I did a couple of days ago about DK Metcalf and JSN, that I think Christian Gonzalez is an extremely high-level corner and at times was able to take things away from them. But nonetheless, DK Metcalf, 2 big catches in overtime. Tyler Lockett, another clutch catch. I want to get to the film as quickly as possible because there's a significant amount of plays to get through. After the blocked kick by Julian Love, the Seahawks are able to take possession. 3:54 left on the negative 38-yard line. Short run by Zach Charbonnet first. Interesting, the Patriots, I'm going to try to point out multiple times the alignment of a player who I think is very versatile and interesting. I know multiple people have different opinions of him, but it's Jabril Peppers. The Patriots are in their nickel defense, of course, because the Seahawks are in 11 personnel. And they've walked out number 48 almost as like a will linebacker to the Twins. So the Twins are happening once Tyler Lockett gets all the way out here. Peppers is in the box almost as an inside linebacker to the tight end side. Happens to be a short run. You get a great job, I think, by the defensive tackle, number 95, driving Bradford back. I know there's a lot of discussion about his play through 2 weeks. Not really the focus here. This is a short pass on the ensuing play, 2nd and 8. Going to try to cover pretty much every single play. The Patriots are dropping out of here in a zone. It's a cover 2. Specifically, I think they're setting up to play a Tampa 2. And 48, inside linebacker, is going to start running between the hashes, but no one runs the corresponding vertical. JSN sits down because he sees the depth of the Mike linebacker 48, and so does Geno Smith. The ball is already out on the 2nd and 8. JSN, clean catch. I know that he did have the one drop in the game. I think it was a wheel route up to the top side of the field, at least the top side of the screen when we were looking at it left to right. 3rd and 1. This is going to be a tremendous surge up the middle by Charbonnet. The Patriots are clearly in man because as DK Metcalf goes across the field, Christian Gonzalez goes with him. They switch. Doesn't really impact the play here at all because it's a run concept. Downhill, split zone, 87 is kicking out 48, who's walked up as an edge defender. Patriots are unable to stand up to the physicality. A 6-yard gain up the middle on a 3rd and 1. I think that's significant. Again, you have Peppers lined up here to the tight end side. Theoretically, he could be responsible from an inside linebacker standpoint for a gap, but it looks like the Patriots have kicked over the defensive line, number 1, number 2. They're running some type of post-snap movement between these 2 defensive tackles or defensive ends. You got a fold over the top by 95. Maybe he sees Fant cross his face to run the split zone, but it doesn't work. Charbonnet, 6 yards up the gut, creates a 1st and 10. Another involvement of Charbonnet. This is a typical nickel alignment. Again, the Patriots are playing a cover 2. 48 seems to be getting off here like he's going to get depth in a Tampa 2. Certainly doesn't look like one right now, but it will post-snap. I'll pause it. There's really nowhere else to go for the football for right now for Geno Smith. And he's quickly gotten through his read, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing the video, is that I think pre-snap, post-snap, and then the actual throws, the accuracy and the timing was just all on point. I don't know how he's not being talked about as a player of the week. Maybe the stats weren't there from a touchdown perspective, only 1 touchdown, but everything else, decision-making, throwing, in this case, throwing on the run. DK Metcalf, unusual route down here, the way that it works out. He ends up working to the inside here, and it doesn't look like he's coming back to the sideline until Geno Smith is basically flushed out of the pocket. You got an inside linebacker crossover blitz. I think it's an inside linebacker. Maybe it's a safety, but I'll give you the end zone angle so you can see how great of a throw it is, the calmness with which Geno Smith threw the ball in these situations. So I think the D tackle here is going to cross over. 50 is going to switch rush. 70 has stepped to the left-hand side. That's the guard with the tackle. Open the lane wide up. So Geno is totally compromised from a progression standpoint. And then great job by DK coming back to the football. Yeah, he did extend his arms, possibly push off. I don't know what the standard is for the refs to call that. It seems like nowadays the offense gets away with so much more than the defense, but in any case, it goes down, 14-yard gain, delivered right in the breadbasket. DK makes the catch with his body. One of those situations where it's, appropriate to make the body catch. 14-yard gain against Christian Gonzalez. We're now down inside of 2 minutes left in the half. Another completion to DK. I do think that the first part of this play concept is a designed play for DK to run open, but there ends up being pressure from his left side. So the way that Geno Smith accomplishes the task, I think, is cool. I think it's slick. It's a nice little arm adjustment, and then the highlight reel leap by DK. So he's up at the top side of the screen, he being DK Metcalf, and he's going to run a drag, a little bit high side drag, and he has to navigate an inside linebacker along the way. The left tackle appears to allow some pressure. I think it's wise. From the top side, 91, kind of getting a path to Geno, so he steps out of there. There's now a 2-on-1 between Geno and DK and the lone defender who's down here between the top of the numbers and the sideline. And as soon as he commits to step up towards Geno Smith, he just changes the arm slot, flips it sidearm. Really cool. I am going to give you the end zone angle of this one to hopefully encourage some appreciation of it. It's a 9-yard gain. Again, I think it's a design play at first for DK, but then Geno moves out of there, and during the play, during the adjustment by him, extending the play, he recognizes where the route was designed to go. Because these guys on the right-hand side, I think Fant and a receiver who's off screen, pretty much just running clear out routes. I think it's designed for DK to run left to right for the offense, top side to bottom side for the original all-22, and he takes advantage of it. Nice play by Geno. Just the diversity of throws that he made on this drive. They ended up having to kick a field goal, settle for a field goal with just under a minute remaining to tie it at 20. Seahawks defense is able to get a stop in overtime, a short yardage stop, in fact. I think it's a 3rd and 1. A couple of guys are involved in the stop. I think it's Hall and Dotson, and then Seattle's offense gets the football back. I think Geno Smith is even better on this drive for multiple reasons. Number one, it's high stress, high anxiety. It's in overtime. But the way that they were getting things done with so many different concepts. So they've got a running back on the field, lined up out wide, JSN in the backfield. Perhaps he was always going to motion into the boundary. But once the inside linebacker goes out, JSN motions into the boundary, and now you've got a one-on-one matchup between him and 25. I think Jones, who is a good football player, I really like his skills, but JSN is able to get the shake out. It's only a 5-yard gain, creates a 2nd and 5. It's the quickness, the speed of Geno Smith getting the ball out, which to me means the recognition. He understands the coverages that you're in, that the Patriots are in this case. Really big throw here on a 2nd and 5. Not in terms of the gain. It's only a 10-yard gain to DK up at the top side of the screen, but it's against Christian Gonzalez. Now, it'll play out over the course of the season. We'll see how well he plays, but I think Christian Gonzalez, at least from the film that I've watched, and you got to keep in mind I'm watching Ravens film, Lions film, and Seahawks film as much as I possibly can during the day and the night. I think Christian Gonzalez is playing as good as any corner that I have seen throughout the first 2 weeks, and that would be, obviously 6 games total. It's a backside route from trips. Geno's going there immediately against this 5-1 look. He's read the coverage along with DK. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez is inside leverage and off, so he's just stopping the route, and Geno's thrown it just ever so slightly towards the sideline, such that it's away from the defender. Christian Gonzalez can't make a break on the ball to possibly get a pass defensed. Motion out by the running back again, so they've created the same formation. Running back all the way to the left, JSN in the slot to the right. I think what's happening here on this play is 3 plays ago, when we had the opening snap of the drive, and JSN had the little shake out against Jones, I think they were confirming coverage. I think that the offensive coordinator, Grubb, and Geno got on the same page about what the coverage was going to be for this formation. So when you see it here, now look, it's an incomplete pass. It's actually a DPI on a slot fade to Tyler Lockett. Geno absolutely knows the coverage, knows where he's going with the football. And when you get the end zone angle here in a moment, you'll see him briefly look in the middle of the field just to confirm where this safety is, that he's not flying over the top. Doesn't really matter. He's not going to get over here to the sideline anyway. And Geno throws the ball pretty much a back shoulder fade from a slot position. You will kind of catch the interaction, the physical contact between Lockett and the DB in a moment. It's obviously off screen right now, but I think Geno and the offensive coordinator, I think it was brilliant, even though this is a very small or subtle point maybe that I'm not making too well. They knew the coverage because they had just used this formation 2 plays ago or 3 plays ago to start this drive. And so Geno knew exactly where he was going to go with the football. And as Lockett runs his route, he didn't win, quote unquote, he didn't win vertically. Geno throws it on the back shoulder. Why? Because he trusts Tyler Lockett. Now, the catch was not made. They called a DPI on 31, who's pretty pissed about it. You can see down here at the bottom side of the screen, he's still complaining to the ref after the call. Short completion to JSN, again, out of empty. And what I like about this one is JSN comes back to the football. He comes back to the ball after initially the pocket being moved in on Geno Smith. So he moves out of there, navigates out to the right, and I mean, just shot out of the cannon like a rocket. It only ends up being a 4-yard gain, but JSN's coming back to the ball, number one. Number two, it's a clean catch. Really nice tackle by 25. These are small things, in my opinion, that just keep the drive going, help you get into a 2nd and 6 as opposed to a 2nd and 10. It's a 4-man rush. I think you've got another cover 2 pretty much. You got zone turning corners, zone turning corner here. Defense is really spread out by the formation and the alignment of the receivers. 2nd and 6, very next play. This one's going to be incomplete to JSN on the bottom side of the screen. This is another situation where I think Geno Smith has had something confirmed for him, that it's a look they've seen before, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the football. If you remember the 56-yard touchdown to DK Metcalf against Christian Gonzalez, well, I know different people didn't score it against Gonzalez, whatever, was this route here from a slot position. Same exact alignment by the secondary of the Patriots as you saw, I guess, 3 quarters earlier on that touchdown of 56 yards. Geno knows exactly where he's going with the football. Did he know that you were going to get heavy pressure here? I don't know, but he knows the coverage. He's confirmed the coverage because of the alignment of these guys at the sticks, or actually beyond the sticks. The yard to gain is the 39. And he's going up top to JSN. It's an incomplete pass. So you do have a situation on the very next snap that's going to be 3rd and 6. But my point here is I think you're talking about a guy who's throwing the ball at a really high level, who's recognizing the rush and be athletic enough to navigate the pocket, move out of there, and throw the ball on the run, and then also is recognizing things pre-snap by the defense that he saw either 2 plays earlier, 3 plays earlier, or 2 quarters earlier, and is able to take advantage of it. Well, he's able to make the throw to try to take advantage of it. Of course, on that one, it fell incomplete. So 3rd and 6 here, important play because you're outside of field goal range at this point. Designed play against man. The Patriots have all these guys up on the line of scrimmage as a mug look. There's going to be a free rusher, and you've got two options here, I think, realistically, for Geno Smith. One of them is the running back sliding across the formation, and there's some subtle brilliance there. And then again, you have DK Metcalf running pretty much the same route we've been talking about all day. What I like about this route from Charbonnet, the running back, is he's crossing the quarterback's face and running it into the flats. You got a little bit of a high-low action. It's man coverage. Again, there's Gonzalez. Look, this is how good Christian Gonzalez is. He covers DK on this play. Charbonnet's wide open. All right, you'll get the end zone angle in a moment. Gonzalez is up here running with Metcalf. He almost makes this tackle to stop Charbonnet short. I mean, he makes contact. Look at the closing speed. He makes contact, I think, 3 yards short of the line to gain. But Charbonnet is able to maintain his balance and get actually 7 yards on a 3rd and 6. I think it's an example of what can be considered a great play by a defender. Christian Gonzalez is guarding DK Metcalf man-to-man. No one guards Charbonnet. Gonzalez is the first guy to make contact, number one. Number two, He is the player who really prevents a longer gain potentially by Charbonnet. Nice recognition by Geno of the blitz and the coverage, and you see as he's checking here, I think some confirmation or some evidence of that he knows what they've got with the mug look. Patriots are trying to communicate here. No one goes with Charbonnet crossing Geno Smith's face out into the flats. 99 White tries to get a hand on him, tries to maybe even grab him. Unfortunately for the Patriots, or fortunately for the Seahawks, no one goes with him. You can see the little attempt at a grab to impede him. No one there at all from a responsibility standpoint. I guess Duggars maybe was the guy who's supposed to be there. So credit to Geno Smith for recognizing it and for Charbonnet to being able to play through contact, because it was a serious tackle effort by Christian Gonzalez. The big throw, the big play, if you ask me, well, beyond just that 3rd and 6, is this 16-yard completion to Tyler Lockett. Lockett's at the bottom side of the screen. Looks to me like a sprint concept. You really only have one route here by JSN moving towards the sideline. DK, I guess, is running a post. Geno Smith gets out here, realizes there's nothing out there. The Patriots have it all covered. Comes back to what is now the wide side of the field. Yeah, it's an easy flip to Tyler Lockett, but look, it's 5.5 minutes left in overtime on the road, obviously tied at 20, and you're facing what I believe is a stout and physical and athletic defense. It's an extremely nice play by Geno Smith. I think his play late 4th quarter and in overtime deserves a lot of praise and a lot of attention. I don't know if other people have broken it down or not. Feel free to let me know in the comment section if there's things that other people have mentioned or you noticed that I did not. So the ensuing play just really confirms that, hey, the Seahawks are going to win this game. High percentage field goal opportunity. After the 16-yard gain to Tyler Lockett, you're talking about a wind back run. The fullback stepped off the midline, and then he's coming back here. Kind of gets everything stacked up there in the middle, and Charbonnet bounces it. No force player to speak of for the Patriots. Ends up being a 9-yard gain. Pushes the ball down to, I think, the 13. All but over at that point. I think Geno Smith, as well as he threw the ball at times, as much as he moved out of the pocket and made throws, I think his pre-snap recognition and post-snap awareness, or pre-snap awareness and post-snap confirmation, was just as good, maybe even better. I don't pretend to know all of the things that quarterbacks are looking for pre-snap. He's studied the Patriots defense last week, that is, and he understood going into the game particular looks that they thought they were going to get. Over the course of 4 quarters, those looks are revealed to be true or false, or maybe the Patriots show something new. All I know is late 4th quarter, the game-tying field goal drive, and in overtime, Geno Smith was, I think, damn near 100% in terms of recognizing what was available to him, what offered the most high percentage opportunity, I should say. I'm thinking really of the slot fade to JSN. It fell incomplete. It is still the right play. It's still the right move from what the coverage is allowing, and Geno Smith knew that based upon the look they had got earlier on in the game. I'm again referencing the touchdown to DK Metcalf, from a slot position against Christian Gonzalez when Gonzalez is, staring into the backfield. In any case, this is my look at how the Seahawks offense, Geno Smith specifically, was able to convert 2 scoring drives, one to finish the 4th quarter and one in overtime, to walk out of New England with a win, put them at 2-0. I'm sure it's got to be exciting for you as a Seahawks fan. You guys know at this point I'm a Ravens fan, so we're in the exact opposite situation. 2 close losses, both to AFC opponents, the Chiefs and the Raiders, so albeit outside of our division. So a very different feel for Ravens fans than what you guys are experiencing right now. So kudos to you. Congratulations. I hope to be able to cover the Seahawks game this week. This will probably be my last Seahawks video of the week. I'm not sure that I'll be able to pump out 2 or 3 every week like I did after the win over the Patriots. It really depends on my actual job and how much time I have available. So if you did appreciate this one, please let me know in the comment section. I'd like to continue doing these for you when I can and releasing them late at night. If you think other Seahawks fans would enjoy this content, my commentary, and how I tried to break down the game for you, then please consider grabbing a link to this video, sharing it out on social media to help this content get more reach.